right here. Right here. You don't have to be, you don't have to be alone. You don't have to be alone. Right here. Right here. Right here. This is something we can fight. Ooh.
Welcome. This is Fun Room as you all know.
You see the bright light, somebody by your side.
Sound is being okay, this should be okay now. Alright. Anyways, in case you are wondering, this is the Fun Room and we will be taking a spin to know what is going on. Anyways, I'm gonna check this thing real quick. Let us go to Salon. So we'll know the bracket. I think we have over 16, so just take a stroll with me real quick. I think I should be able to log in automatically. Yeah, I know you should be able to log in automatically. So these are one of the events we've run so far so good. So let's just do a little bit of fun. It will be talk of what might likely just resume, to be honest. Weekdays. Sorry guys, just trying to set this up real quick. So we are supposed to do this before the whole course section. So yeah, this is gonna be a single elimination process, so I won't go through the hassle of then you just start whenever. Continue. All right, so we have 16. We're gonna you know how we do it anyway, so I won't say more. So we have the alpha, beta, likely I will have this add participants. Let's see. No, let's do bulk add. I think this is better. Okay, we have alpha, beta, Charlie, delta, alpha bravo, I think something like that, but let me just use beta, echo, that's right. Then we have falcon, you falcon. So we'll bulk out this. So these are the 16 that we're playing today. Very quick fun room. It might be a best of 3 for the grand finals as well. So let's see how far it goes. I think I'm going to invite you guys and the rest into the fun room. That as well. I think I'm on the wrong account here, so I have to swap it. So yeah, I need a switch to another account. How do I do this? I think I tried somewhere, yeah. Now let me start this. I have to log out. I don't want to log out. I'll just have them join a thousand discomfort then. I think that's better. Yeah. So that's about that. So let us start the wheel, guys. I think we already have the 4 teams already pretty much set up. We have Alpha, Beta, Charlie, Delta, Echo, and Falcon. So we're gonna pull the pool straight up for the teams that are gonna be. I'm gonna type it in the chat so you guys don't miss out on whose team we're getting right now. So we have Team Alpha being set up pretty much. We're gonna spin the wheel. Whichever 5 player we get picked is gonna be the one to represent Team Alpha regardless, So the background is still louder. The crazy. Alright, I think they should fix it. Alright. They say, oh, it's fire. Welcome. Yeah, I think we are in the. If you join the WhatsApp community, you could probably get a lot of updates in that regard. All right, let's kick it off regardless. So I think we have the wheel pretty much set up right now. So let us get the first contestant going. Let's see who's gonna be the first player to be in Team Alpha. We have Kayami. Is that Kayami though? Or name Kayami? Yeah. Kayami the first. So we're gonna remove him real quick and we spin again. There's no time. We have five. All right, let's spin again. Remove. All right, thanks. I think it's better now. It says so close only. All right, we have Lulu for this. I don't know if she's still playing the game because that get NYC just the NYC. I mean to say just the winner. Anyways, let's continue. We have Jeremiah. I think I should be able to find this guy. Yeah. The last player for Alpha. Let's go. I think there's no more time. They're away for me to like. Oh no, don't worry. I won't do that. So we have locked for the next step. So this is Team Alpha. We're moving on to Team Delta very fast. There's no time. So we are moving on to Delta. We are done with Alpha. We are going to Beta now. So the first player for Team Beta, I think is gonna be we have Nick. Sorry, say your name sound weird. Yeah, now you're the way I just save your contact, so you don't have to remind me. But we see your tag regardless, though. So we have Itachi. Alright, this thing is not looking bad. I remember back in those days when Tug of War used to be Tug of War. It was so very chaotic. Alright, I think we got MS for this thing. Anyway, as you guys know, if player is inactive, that can get DQ'd immediately. So we have quit for this team. I'm going to spin really quick for the last player. No time. So the list is getting smaller, as you can see from the on the right. You can see the list there of players that are still available to go. I think Simon is going to be the last player for Team Beta. Alright, let us move on to Team Charlie real quick. Lumi they laugh. So we have Conquest with the first player. Let us proceed. Remove Conquest. Alright. It says it's a giveaway. No, it's not a giveaway. We're doing fun game. We're doing fun right now. The giveaways are being done in the group chat, so you have to join the group chat for giveaway. You're gonna participate in that. Once in a while, we do throw some giveaways and all that. Even some members in the community also throw giveaway here and there. But anyways, I think Danny will be the next player for this. Man, this team is looking only glazed, like not gonna lie. They have Kirito, they have Danny, and they have Dark Lord as well. That's Conquest, I mean to say. This team is looking solid. Their luck is so OP, not gonna lie. Anyway, we still have a lot of Arsenals here, but then they pull up Israel as well. That's crazy. That's really crazy. Alright, I think the casters are ready to join, so I might as well just share the group chat. I think one of them don't have this invite to server. So we have new. So we're done with team Charlie. So real quick guys, sorry. Let me go attend to these guys. All right, back to whatever we were doing. So we're done with Team Charlie. Now let us move on to Team Delta. Team Delta. Team Delta. Delta is my state, so I hope this guy. I should speed. Oh, Diablo is the first guy. Crazy. Diablo is a bot, so I won't really waiting much. I'm not saying they watch this live, but I could tell you to your face, you are a bot, guy. Just join the group chat. I think I will leave my number on the chat as well, so you could probably join as well. You know, probably leave my number on the chat so you could message me there. So we have Diablo as the first player. Let's see. We have Charming as well. Alright, I think they are in the lobby already. So let me pull them up on the. That Thursday is comfort, yeah. Alright, G-Vibe, they should be able to hear you now, I think. Let me transition back again. G-Vibe, you're live. I think I'm gonna share the screen to you so you could see what we're doing.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, whatever you say right now, just know they will hold you accountable for it. So
Sure,
all
sure,
right,
sure.
all right. I'm gonna share the screen for you real quick so you could get the hang of what we're doing, so you don't get left out. All right. That should do it. Anyways, we're back right now. I think Charmin is the last player we got. So let us pull up the next guy and see how far we can go with this list. Sorry for the delay. I know this is taking a lot of time, but I promised to end this by 6:10. It's 6:09 already, so we're gonna rush it up pretty much quick after now. So we have Killer. So we have Shiro for the nest. Bishop joined the live. We have Swanky nest, I think. Can't really spare these guys. I should have saved this number for me. I'll have to scroll through a bunch of numbers of players. Number of IGNs on the group chat. Swanky. Can't see any Swanky here for real. May only put that stresses the hell out of me. Anyway, let us keep spinning for now. We'll find Swanky, don't worry. So I'm going straight up for X. It'll be a fancy fort, but just hard to find. I'll find it regardless though. Seems like we just save his number. So we have Swanky nest. So let me just put Swanky there first. I think that's all five members for Team Delta. So we are going for team. We have Delta. We have Echo now. I think so. Team Echo. Let's pull up real quick. It's already 6:11 already. That's crazy, man. The time flies. Not gonna lie. So we have Kiyo Taka. Crazy. We have Ninja. That's crazy. They already have a solid good mid and they have solid mid and jungle so far. I think Ninja's performance yesterday really surprised a lot of players. Like that guy has potential. Like I've been saying it for a lot of time, and people just underrate him and stuff like that. You have your bad moments and all that. I think Bishop is in Team Echo. Crazy. Alright, let us see. We have Bolu. the lead for this, and we pretty much have just 5 members. So one more player. I think we already have the last lineup in Falcon. So Corolla will be the last person for this team, and I think Team Falcon is pretty much obvious. Not gonna lie, so I'm not gonna spin for that. It's a waste of time. For Team Falcon, we have Matrix. I think that guy is one of the casters that casted during the bragging rights events where them pipe this guy Diablo. It was a fun watch, not gonna lie. And I think a lot of persons also went back to like watch the whole stream from everything, blah blah blah, and see how the guests performed and all that. So we have Chase as the last guy for this. Alright, I think that's pretty much all right now. So let us go straight up and see if this guy is gonna show us the draft. So we have Alpha, Beta, Charlie, Delta. So let us see the brackets real quick to see who is going to be in the brackets phase. Look at the bracket, guys. We have a Beta facing off against Echo. Delta, I mean to say, facing off against Echo. We have Charlie facing off against Falcon, and whoever wins that's gonna meet up with Alpha and Beta. So let me just type it real quick in the chat so you guys don't miss out on that information. Team Delta, game 1, Delta versus Echo. It's gonna be a best of 1, no time for all those Ikata. Game 2, versus Falcon. So I'm not gonna do something real quick. So I think Swanky. I have to find Swanky's name. Yeah. So I'm gonna find Swanky real quick so I could tag him before we start this whole situation. Let me add this name, Swanky. MLBB. No, Swanky already exists. The fuck. There's a player named Swanky already. So Team Delta versus Echo. So we have Delta versus Echo. So yeah, this is I haven't even opened my MLBB listing itself. That's crazy even. Let's see. I think this guy is Operandi is here as well. I think. Not just quiet.
But
Alpha.
please, I'm just trying to get trying to look
Yeah.
at the teams.
Yeah, I
Right,
can tell. So
Yeah, so interesting list, interesting players. Let me say, yeah. So I won't underrate anybody, but if I'm to choose as it stands now, Team Echo, they have good players, but at the same time, yeah, at the same time, Team Charlie too. Team Charlie are better. Team Charlie are better. So probably those are the two.
Yeah, Team Charlie is goated. Like Team Charlie is goated, not gonna lie. I think they have the strongest lineup so far.
Probably those are.
But then if Mio don't pull up, I think they're gonna fall behind regardless. All right, I think we have Echo versus Delta on our hands. If you are seeing this, pretty much you should log for your game briefly because yeah, there's no time at all. I'm gonna paste the IG real quick so you guys could see. Man, don't mind me though. I don't know why this guy they told me. So I'm gonna paste the IGN real quick. 626 7888 24. All right, game number one should be starting in a bit, so let us get the game started. So we have the first follower being Stargazer. A lot of players are logging right now, so yeah. In case you are on the live stream, you could join. You could probably add me up real quick, so you know I add you up. If you are not, I repeat, if you are not mentioned and you join the lobby, me, I know go take them like that. Just what I just have to say. If you are not part
Yeah,
of the,
definitely. So
because some players will just,
some guys
just
want.
you know, as Nigerians be now. Like, you know how Nigerians be like, they will always want to be optimistic, see how far they can push their luck and all that. So we have Team Delta versus Echo, I think.
So okay. A moment, please. A moment.
Alright, sure. I can't add you, Bishop. You have to add me, Pico. I think one of your members is online even, so we probably. Well, I think this time I need to unfollow a lot. Oh, Swanky is here. That's nice. But I have to unfollow a lot of players that are just in my. So I delete. I'm not delete a lot of players that I don't know. Oh, Meg. Can't delete Meg. Alright, let me go invite these guys to the lobby real quick. We have this. There you speak. You're very strict with my stuff. I think Swanky is here already. Where Killer don't go now? Is Killer in Echo? I think we are having the teams getting ready already, so let's see how far we can go. Oh, he said someone can play for him. Anyway, maybe I just invite this guy. Let's see. Bukumi. No, it's not his turn yet, so probably when his turn is here.
So first is a best of one, right?
Yes, the best of one.
Best of.
Let us see
Okay.
how far we can go with this. You guys
Okay.
are
I think
delaying my
Ken is with us like this. Ken is here. So first is a best of one, right?
Don't know why some players are logging when it's not their time to play yet. Guys, chill. This guy
We
just
said
is.
we said this. We said this before that there are some guys who want to transfer. So
Don't know why some players are logging when it's not their time to play yet. Guys, chill. All right, I think this is getting pretty much. We have Ninja. Ninja is not even online now. That's crazy. People just react and they won't even show up. Yeah, it's Delta versus Echo first. Yeah, then Charlie and Falcon next. Um, Bishop will not know it. Okay, we have Charmin here. I think Charmin is here. Diablo is not here. I think that's where the issue is. Bolu Corolla is not here as well. I think they're gonna get a DQ regardless. If no show up is DQ. Might just get this guy to play, no worry. Might get Ian Vaughan to come play. Oh, I think Yoshi Nagumo is Ninja. Oh yeah, that's Ninja. So we have Ninja Bishop. We have Kiyoya first. So it's likely Corolla and Bolu that is missing out. So yeah, if you're on the live and you want to replace, la, 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 la.
You don't have to be, you don't have to be alone. You don't have to be alone right here, right here. This is something we can fight. You just need a ride or die. You need somebody by your side. Yeah, baby, look no further. It's right here. You just need a ride or die. You need somebody by your side. Yeah, baby, look no further. It's right here, right here, right here, right You don't have to be alone. You don't have to be alone right here, right here, right here, right here. It's right You don't have to be, you don't have to be alone. You don't have to be alone right here, right here. This is something we can fight. You just need a ride or die. You need somebody by your side. Yeah, baby, look no further. It's right here. You just need a ride or die. You need somebody by your side. Yeah, baby, look no further. It's right here, right here, right here, right You don't have to be alone. You don't have to be alone right here, right here, right here, right here.
Okay. Now, quickly, we'll be moving into this best of one first game, and we're heading into the banning phase. As we're waiting to see which bans will come through and which ones will be left open for the players to pick. And the Errara comes in almost like an auto ban at this point, because the amount of utility and so much it brings to the table is really, really scary if you're not willing to pick it up. And also the Belleric comes in. These are bands that really don't need any explanation. We all know why these bands are coming through, right? So I think it's self-explanatory why we're getting these bands. And then also the Melissa. It seems we're only getting meta bands at this moment. for teams, if you're not really ready to I don't know, if you're not confident in your ability to go against this piece, I think the best thing is just to ban it, because then you don't want your opponents to end up with something that you won't be able to deal with in game, and that basically just guarantees them the whole game. And we all know how MLBB is. If there is just, even if it's just one single hero that you guys don't have an answer for, the game can still go sideways. So it's better to just take it off the table completely for yourself and the enemies. And also the Marcel ban comes in. Very, how do I put it? Very stable ban so far. Atlas also. I think both teams are just planning on banning every meta pick out there. This is quite interesting. This is really quite interesting. The final ban for the first banning phase. Who do you think will be? It will be. Yeah, the Kaja comes in. You know, when the Kaja first got released, I was really quite skeptical, particularly because his ultimate has no stun, right? But a lot of players have been showing how it really works, and we're getting a god first pick. I'm not really sure I enjoy this god first pick. As we're seeing the Selena and the Paquito coming, I think there are better prior picks that would have really helped you in game. But you know, basically, we still don't know what these teams are planning yet. So it might just be that they just want to secure the major parts of their plans. So, but when we head in game, we'll see just how well this god will be able to do. And we see the Esmeralda coming. Although Esmeralda in the EXP lane, though we're not really sure, but Esmeralda in the EXP lane is how do I put it? There are other picks before Esmeralda, but that doesn't make Esmeralda any weaker in lane. She's still a very strong hero to have in the EXP lane, especially because of her tankiness, which she can tank so much damage, and they're going for the carry. And they have that shred on their. Yeah, definitely. And we are seeing the Anabi and the Minotaur ban with the Link ban coming through, and the Claude ban. Okay, I was just about to mention that there are just quite a few picks you can have in the gold lane now that can really help you against this kind of composition, and Brody, of course, is one of them. We've seen how really good Brody is right now in the meta. It's really good. Its range, its burst is something you want to have. And then we're seeing the Mathilda getting picked up and the Leo mod getting picked up. Okay.
Bye. I think a moment.
Yeah. And you know, this Matilda pick kind of removes one of the problems you said earlier with the Lancelot, because the Lancelot can just easily reach to the backlines and reach that goal. But with the help of the Matilda and the Wings by Wings, I think it becomes even more difficult to catch that god. So basically, this lineup is really good for the side of India. Mm.
Hey, good evening, guys. Sorry for the delay. Uh, I was present during the draft phase earlier, Ken. So probably you have to be the one to put me through everything that has actually been going on. So interesting picks so far. Interesting picks so far. So we're on to the land of Dawn. We're on to the land of Dawn, and it's quite interesting me seeing supremacy on carry. What do you say, Ken? Because this game or this tournament rather is not just for fun. Trust me, after the whole game, there's actually going to be a lot of dragging after the game. So probably everybody has to sit up, surely for sure. So yeah, so we want to, yeah, no, we're already getting Pocket is already getting ganged there, and I think it's actually going to be the first blood of the game. Like I said earlier, this is not fun anymore. If you can't take the hits, my dear, definitely have to leave. So we get the first blood on the side. Yeah. Yeah. Interesting learning phase so far, and yeah, I was actually going to say that God was actually getting bullied, and it was, you know, was actually turned in there. So we're on to the total, and I think this is actually going to be a free total to the side of Team Echo. Yeah, interesting game so far. We're also seeing a diving from here, but Esmeralda was able to get out of there, and Flo was actually able to drop.
Yeah, and we're seeing here why exactly God is not really one of those prior picks you want to have in the first pick for your team, because there's a lot of things that can go wrong, and everything that could go wrong for this God is already going wrong just in the first phase of the game. That there are way better mid lane picks mage picks that I feel like they could have gone for, and even at that, I don't think mid lane is that lane you really want to prioritize now, though it's a very important lane that you really really need to take care of. But there are other parts of the lane, other heroes that if you prioritize those heroes and you get them, it almost guarantees you an easy win. But that got.
Yeah. I noticed Supremacy actually came in to join the fight, but I think it was actually already late there because they zoned from the side of Pokito, and I'm seeing Swanky. Swanky is actually having a really really tough game on the side of him using God. He's always getting picked on, and his position is just yeah. He's already getting heated up. They are just trying to lock him down, trying to shut him down, and he's not actually having an easy game on his hand.
Yeah, yeah. Especially since the gold lane was supposed to be a winning lane for the Brody against the carry, because you are out damage in the early game, you outrange her in the early game. It was really supposed to be a winning lane, but he's not really playing it well. Not really playing it well, in my opinion. But the game is still going on. Maybe it'll come in clutch mid to late, but but for now, it's not really given the kind of Brody that can secure them this game.
Like I said earlier, yeah, this is actually going to be a free to the side of Team Beta. Yeah, I think they're actually trying to keep up with the pace of Team Echo because of the Selena that they have on the team and because of the glow. Team Echo are just trying to rush up the game because of the onslaught they have, trying to get those dives in, and you can see how he got the kill on the side of how he got the kill on Swanky. And like I said earlier, Swanky is not actually going to get it easy. He definitely has to get
Yeah,
that guard around
definitely.
him.
Cause
Do,
and
do you
it's
do you
it's
what do you think? No, 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 no. He's form of like the driving force of the attack. So when he dives in, everybody will want to follow suit, and they know that when he dives in, definitely has to go. He's definitely going to get a kill. So they will definitely have to try to follow up and everything. So they will definitely have to try and shut down everything that he has. Probably steal his buff or gank him like they just did. So they're actually going to get those hits on him. They won't actually give him any space. I think Matilda is actually doing a good job trying to zone him out. The body is not actually
Yeah,
the body is
and
not
I
actually.
must say Team Beta are really playing it well. And I understand why Team Echo in the early phases of the game were trying to, get whatever they could get and probably potentially end the game early. I understand that, because the later the game goes, the more difficult it's going to be to be able to take down heroes on the side of Team Beta, and we're actually beginning to see that now. It's almost as if the damage they had in the early game is sort of falling off as Team Beta are beginning to get some of their equipment. We can see that. Sorry, Team Delta, that Team Delta are beginning to get their equipment, and it's getting really, really difficult to find someone you can just bust down and mix them. Even the Matilda is just selling on them at this point.
I was actually judging Supremacy on picking carry, but he's actually turning out good, and I've actually seen good bodies, but Kenaki is not actually doing good. To be honest, his position is just quite off.
you know, one thing I'm beginning to realize that we didn't really account for when this god was picked up was if this god is actually a comfort pick. Because the way he's been playing it, it seems like he's really, really comfortable with this god. And you know, it doesn't really matter if you are using your comfort pick, what you have to play again. It doesn't really matter most times if you're really confident about that particular hero you're using. And it's something we failed to account for, that we are now seeing it play right before our very eyes. We expected this god to have probably quite a difficult time in this game, but he's actually really doing well in this game. That's amazing, honestly.
But okay. With Swanky, like I said earlier, Swanky, wow, Swanky is actually getting a difficult game on the side. Yeah. What I was about to say was Super Zan, the jungler is not actually getting it right. Losing most of the turtle to losing most of the turtle to Niveau. Yeah, losing most of the turtle to Niveau, and he. Okay. The name kind of confused. Yeah. So
Yeah.
okay, him losing that victory battle to Niveau, he definitely has to work on that, because as it stands now, Team Delta actually had a chance, but he is actually costing them a lot in securing those objectives, and it's not actually looking good for them. You know, Esmeralda is actually trying her best to, give the team those dance around, trying to, tank those damages, and he is not doing well in securing those objectives. Well, Ken, what do you say?
Yeah, but you know, at this point of the game, both teams are still very neck and neck. As you can see on the board, they have equal amounts of kills, and the gold lead is pretty much non-existent at this point. And though there's still so many things that I think they should work on, probably individually as players and even as a team, right? But right now they are both playing it really, really well. This is what I can say, because if you look at the same amount of kills, the gold lead is, I don't think it's just 38 across the board. So this is an interesting one, to say the least. Yeah. And I think Team Delta really need to lock in. They cannot keep giving these objectives away. They cannot keep giving away these neutral objectives, because at the end of the day, it's going to come back to haunt them whether they like it or not. We're still going to be getting an evolved lord, and they cannot just keep letting Team Echo get these neutral objectives.
What I think they should do is what I think they should do is actually going to be complex, but they have the Esmeralda advantage. Try to split the teams, trying to split Echo team together. Yeah, try to split them separate. Then probably lock on, or I would say cancel at the last slot first if it's actually possible, because there is glow and it's actually going to be stubborn on the battlefield. So trying to get the last slot out of the game, then probably they will have. Yeah, it's actually almost, because the vision that the glow is actually giving the Selena is actually amazing. They don't know this, but they should just try to find a way to paparize the glow, and he's actually doing a good clean job. But that sacrifice he made actually gave his team the advantage to actually get the Lord.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. But we're just going to ignore that.
Yeah, I think Team Data, I think they're actually catching up now onto they're actually catching up to the pace of the game. Yeah, saying that Leomond has actually evolved. So there he still loses to the Retro. He still loses the Retro battle. Yeah, but they have the carry. They have the advantage. They have Shinro. They have the advantage. They have Preacher too. They have the advantage. So able to attack from the flanks if they are able to get out of those team fights, join those team fights. That advantage too. So I think they're actually doing a good job. But at the same time, they should be conscious because of Selena and because of Glow, and also Lancelot. If Swanky doesn't actually get a good position and he was able to get the king on, me, and I think he actually wanted to sacrifice himself to give his team the advantage on carrying the load. And I think this is actually going to be a free load to the side of Team Delta. I think this is actually going to be a free load for them if it doesn't get stolen, and it's a free load to them.
Yeah, but I won't. Okay. Yeah, I won't exactly say Team Delta have evolved to match the pace. I think what they've been able to do is they've been able to create another pace in which they are the ones actually leading. Because if you see before this, they were able to equalize on Team Elko would take an objective and they'll somehow equalize it. That the gold lead was almost always the same thing with the kills lead, but now we can see that they are the ones with a 5k gold lead and more kills on the board. So I think they've been able to create a different pace where Team Echo cannot really do anything about these things anymore. Okay. Is this an end angle for Team Delta? But they will retreat. And I don't think they'll be able to make anything much of this. But they were able to take 2 inhibitor turrets with the third one down to its final moment. This is a very good off-one Lord push. This is very, very good for them. They are in a very comfortable spot at the moment. I don't really think there's anything they can do to mess this up. But the game is still anything can happen. But I will say that most of the late game insurance that Team Echo should have in the Brody, in the Paquito, in especially the Brody. The Brody was supposed to be like their how should I put it, their clutch factor, right? But as we've seen, the Brody has not really been able to achieve anything on this map. It has just been there, right? Which is very, very unexpected of a Brody. The Brody should, first of all, it was a winning lane for the Brody against the carry, right? But he couldn't just secure that lane. Probably because carry had help or whatever it is, but he couldn't secure that lane. And from then on, yeah, you're back. So from then on, it was just as if he wasn't able to really do anything across the map.
I was told to mind my words before the game started. Yeah, so I wouldn't want to say anything harsh on the volleyball. I would just say he wasn't competent enough to compete for that lane. Yeah, because even though you are a good laner, you're a good laner. You should be able to survive on your own. Even though I know definitely you'll be able to get a lot of ganks. And currently is actually sitting on two kills and 0 deaths, which is actually very, very, I won't say very, very poor. Yeah, until the results come out. Because for me, I'm actually anticipating the Chocobo at the same time. We never know who will.
2 kills.
Yeah, 2 kills and
5 deaths, 0 assists. He has died 5 times in this game. Yeah, he has died 5 times in this game.
So I think they're actually going to start a lot there, but they're trying to see if they could get cancel out some teammates before the lot starts. And I think Team Delta are actually having the upper hand there as me drops before the lot spawns, and I think Superzan is actually going to get his ulti, and I think he's actually going to get a dive on the same Brody. Yeah, Brody is not actually getting it good. at all. He's actually getting the hit, and I see he hasn't even purchased his shoes yet. So it's actually obvious that he doesn't have much mobility. It's not his shoes item is not complete. He's just actually trying to prioritize attack items, which is actually interesting when the time is actually on 20 minutes. You are into 20 minutes of the game and you don't have your shoes. Is I don't know.
Yeah,
You don't have your
I,
boots.
I think what he was trying to do was prioritize damage, because in the early game, Team Echo were the ones taking kills on the map, right? So I think he thought that the best thing to do at this point would be prioritize damage so that he can get early kills on himself. Well, that didn't work out because Team Delta on the other hand, they were able to equalize everything. You take one, we will take one. You take two, we take two. You take three, we take three. You take a neutral objective, we find the kill to balance it up. And I think it just didn't really work well for the Brody. The problem started in losing lane. Honestly, the Brody was not supposed to lose lane against Carry, and I don't really think the Carry had any special help in the early phase of the game. And as we can see, they're engaging on the turret now, and this will be an end game.
GG go
Team Delta rather.
Yeah, Team Delta. GG's to Team Delta. They were actually to lock on the base even due to that chaos from the side of Team Echo. And I said earlier, I was actually expecting the choco from the side of Brody, and I think it actually turned out good. I've just been seeing choco of late since yesterday, but I don't want to mention them, so definitely they won't drag me on the group chat. So yeah, GG's to Team Delta on securing the first victory of this tournament, and I think we're actually going to go into the next phase. So interesting game from both sides. I actually underestimated Swanky on the god, and the big advantage was supremacy. Supremacy on that carry was just phenomenal. His positioning was okay. His reasoning is what should I say? It is reflexes. Yeah, his reaction speed was actually interesting. Trying to get out of that claw and trying to shut him down on time so that it won't be of disturbance to the team. And GG's to Niveau to you. He tried his best, but it's just a game. So you definitely the side has to win. So I feel they would have done a lot better I wouldn't say if they had somebody better, but if Ken Kenaki had upped his game better. Yeah. So I think that's GG's to both teams. So I think we're actually going to go into game 2. So GG's team better. Yeah.
Yeah. And I must say, Peaches getting the MVP is very well deserved, because he was really the one in the team that helping them get away from situations that naturally they would not have been able to get out of it themselves. And you really well deserved MVP, if I must say. And good games from the two. In the early phase, it felt like these two were neck and neck. But mid to late game, Team Delta showed us that no, we are ahead of them. We are 10 steps ahead of them, and that's really good. That's a very interesting first game, and we hope we'll get to see something more interesting in the second game of this fun tournament. And I will say this again: this is purely for fun. There is no. These two teams can. Funniest thing is that these two teams can later meet up in any tournaments in the future or anything, and Team Echo will be the one getting gift throughout the map. So this is a fun tournament. It's just for the players to have fun, for the casters to have fun, for our audience to also have fun along the line.
Trust me. I know it's actually a fun game. I don't know why I'm just smiling. It's actually a fun game, but trust me, when this all ends, you're actually going to see another side of the players that you haven't seen in a while. Yeah, the dragging, the banters, everything. It just happens, Sha. It's the community.
Yeah, but that is just a natural part of the game, right? Even in your classic games, you're going in with us. I just want to have fun, right? But then you meet one player and you're like, guy, what the hell is your problem, bro? Is it your first time playing MVP? So that's just a natural part of the game. There will definitely be banters, there will definitely be. But at the end of the day, it's all just to have fun. Some of us will even read those banters and laugh, right? So that's just it. But I really, really do hope we see something more interesting in the second game.
Yeah. Hopefully we see something interesting in the second game. And like I said earlier, I'm anticipating Oh, I'm actually at space for all teams. Space on is for some is a fun game. For some is a chance to prove yourself that
Yeah.
you actually what your name. And for some too, they actually want to put their name up on that. So I think it's actually an avenue for for every player to showcase their skills, be it pro, be it those that are newbies and everybody. So good avenue for them in as much as it's a fun game. So
So now the game will be between Team Charlie and Team Falcon. Yeah.
pardon me, my cousin is a little guy, so I think it's the one disturbing me. So we want to
Yeah.
get to one, try to set up the lobby for game 2. Yeah, hopefully, hopefully if we get a body pick, we'll be hoping to see a better performance this time. Not the previous one we just saw. What do you say? I don't want to say something harsh. I don't want to say something harsh.
I have a question though. Do you think we are going to be seeing some pro picks in this tournament since it's a fun tournament? Like, do you think we're going to see something like a Kalia Jungle or or uh, or like a Vexana EXP? Do you think we're going to be seeing those tropics that there's will be one particular player who's saying, I'm here to have fun and I'm just going to play whatever I want to play?
Um um you know you I don't know how it's actually going to be, but at the same time I won't say this is what I want to say and this is not what I want to say. If I see a Vexana on the EXP lane, trust me, it's going to be the talk of the night. So if for me, I actually want to say something fun like that, and it will actually turn out very very interesting and very very phenomenal. If
Exactly.
they are actually going to win that game on Vexana on the
You know the entire point of this thing is to have fun, right? So I won't really mind seeing those trophies, honestly. I won't mind them. It's going to be fun, it's going to be funny, especially but the silver lining is that, is it a silver lining? I think the problem with that is that if you end up picking a Vectana EXP and then move on to play the trashiest MLBB I have ever seen, you are definitely going to get dragged for it, regardless of, yeah, this is for just for fun. You are definitely going to get dragged for it, and that's one reason why I think we will not be seeing those troll picks. I think we'll still be seeing just the standard picks in the lanes.
No, do you know what's more painful? Is actually going on with the standard pick, like the body we saw, and actually getting choco, and you actually lost the game. So you definitely would know which you want to go. Do you want to troll? If you get choco, you say it's for fun. But if you actually go on your main and you get chocoed on your main, or probably one of your comfort picks, that's not actually going to be. It's not good. Actually going to be a good.
I think you just gave the players an out, right? Because now they know that I can even go on my main, but if I lose the game, I can just say, yeah, I was just trolling, you know. Oh, I'm really, really excited for the next games and anticipating what we'll get to see.
Yeah. So I think this is actually going to get yeah. So it's actually going to be a back on.
Okay. For real, for real.
So Kane,
Yeah.
I've been meaning to ask. Over the years, we have seen the Mobile Legends community evolved in such a way that we have been getting phenomenal phenomenal players. This kind of players that you say yes, you're able to beat your chest outside and say yes. The Mobile Legends community is actually going on an entirely different level. So what do you see? What do you say about this progress so far on the community so far?
I think the progress is really, really good because it just means that more players are beginning to take MLBB seriously, right? And yeah, I think it's a very good pace that MLBB is coming on right now. It's a good pace, not only for the game company, not only for the game, but also for the community too. Because I don't know, before I don't probably it's because of how, and you know that Mobile Legends has got to be the game with the fastest growing esports scene right now, undisputed, right? And I think that's why more people are beginning to take the game seriously, because there was a time where you don't really expect anything good out of the game. Like you don't expect players to play seriously. You are just, in fact, there were people who MLBB to them was, I want to ruin my mental health today. So what's the fastest and the best way to do it? Let me play MLB, because there are players who are there specifically to just mess with your mental health. But now you're beginning to see more players take it seriously. You're beginning to see more players aspire to also be part of the esports scene. More players are taking it seriously. So it's just it's a win-win situation for every single person involved. The players, the gaming company, the game itself, the community, everyone involved.
Over the last years, it has actually been interesting because I think it got to a time where it were just this specific set of teams that they could not touch them. Competition has actually risen up. Even though they are those sets of guys that they can't touch, they are actually this set of players that that yes, once you get to sit them on, once you get to watch them play, and once you get them on your team, you know that yes, their level of gameplay is just is just off the charts, and it's actually quite interesting seeing all these guys leveling up, trying to get into the game. They just don't want to stay down. I've seen somebody that was really, really obsessed with the whole gaming thing. We are still in the lobby, and I think we're actually waiting for the team beta. Yeah, I think it's just one player remaining. So, as I was saying, and please, the viewers, hope you're having a good time. Hope you're having a good time enjoying yourself. It's all for fun. It's all for fun. Even me myself saying it's not for fun. It's actually all for fun. Trying to catch fun at the same time, trying to play against one another. In case of future purposes, trying to meet ourselves, trying to understand one or two gameplays of ourselves. So, as I was saying, Ken, is quite interesting, And I think what actually drove this was the series of tournaments that are being hosted. It's actually quite interesting seeing these tournaments coming up. Before, you just know that yes, this tournament, you'll be like, I don't want to go. My team is not competent enough. But even though you see a team be created today, and let me even shock you, there are more teams in MLBB Nigeria, in Mobile Legends Nigeria server that are not in the group chats. They are the ones that are not even in most communities are more than the ones that are in the community. And I'll shock you with that, because there are a lot of teams out there that are being created that are not being recognized. Yeah, that are not in the community.
Okay. And I think that's one of the good things why I would really, really love to see MLBB esports pro scene to expand even bigger than this, because there was a time where it was only a particular set of people that could go into the pro scene, right? So everybody felt relaxed because you were not able to really meet players that can challenge you. But now it's different. You are meeting players from different regions that will push you to your limit, and I think that's a good thing, so that players won't get too comfortable and think we're the ones leading. Quickly, we're going into the ban phase between Team Charlie and Team Beta. We're seeing the Melissa coming first ban. I think okay, yeah,
Yeah,
and the Ebola
yeah,
is also coming through.
I think I think they are just trying to keep it simple, banning at the better like the thing that like they did first game, trying to ban out, and I think Puri who I think will also be seeing a Marcel ban because he's
Yeah.
actually getting a consistent ban from
Yeah.
ban.
Yeah, and like I said in the first game, if you are not confident in your ability to be able to handle these heroes, if it eventually falls into the hands of your opponents, just ban them out straight. Don't even try to risk it. Just ban them out. We're seeing the Atlas ban also coming, and the Pekito too. These bans have been like these particular heroes have been like auto ban almost every rank level you get to from epic, right, that you can start banning. These picks are almost auto ban. Well, maybe not epic, right? But probably from legend or pod. Yeah, we're seeing the Belleric ban coming too. Ooh.
You were saying something about handling the heat before. We onto the ban phase, but let me tell you something interesting. I think there was a time where I think I got introduced into the game, and I think I was like a year into the game. I was actually obsessed with playing cushion. Like I said, we're actually going to see a Marcel ban, and it just came in from the side of Team Beta. So as I was saying, I was actually obsessed with Goshen, and then you dare not talk. For me, I felt it was actually an honor playing with some of these guys that were actually top. And when I bought a Goshen, not from an event. I actually bought it like pure diamonds, like 800 or something. I think then 2010 and 2021 or 2022. Then I was actually playing in game. Then somebody told me to sell the skin and use it to buy something that I was actually charged. So you could see that yes, some of these guys are actually playing heroes. Yeah, they're actually up the game. And onto the peak phase, we have actually seen Machinery on the Vexana and Obito Counter-Victory on the Grandeur. And we're actually seeing from Team Charlie, like I said earlier, we should watch out for Team Charlie. And we're actually seeing Team Charlie on the Barat's first pick. Yeah, they are going to Rafaela. We don't actually know if it's Rafaela is actually going to go on the mid lane. We have actually seen the ability of Rafaela going on the mid lane. So we shouldn't, talk down on the Rafaela going to mid lane. And we're actually seeing from Super. Is it Super Solar? Let me just say Super Guy. Yeah. Let me just say Super Guy. Yeah, Super Guy is actually going to lock on the Harley. And we're also seeing from the side of Team Beta, we're actually seeing the Smirada. We're also going to go on the second batting phase. So Charlie,
MS picking the Router.
Yeah. So decent picks so far. What do you say? Decent picks so far.
Yeah, one thing I just find interesting is that if you take MS's IGN and you move it around a little, you get the short form of the name of the hero just picked, Esme. Do you think he particularly has that IGN because he wants to make it too obvious and decides to shift out around the letters a little bit? We're seeing the Kaja band coming, Diroth and Anabi, final bands coming in from Team Beta. Okay, now this is an IGN I'm going to have a little bit of issue with. Should we call him CH No, or let's just call him CH No? Right? I think that would be easier throughout this game.
No. I actually thought of something interesting. Let's just call him H2O for the night. Just ignore the heat. Just ignore the C.
Okay.
So we're actually seeing Team Charlie are actually going CC heavy. He locked on the center from the side of Danny, and H2O, like we said earlier, is looking on the Harleys. I wouldn't say something like that today because today's a different day from yesterday. Interesting picks. Big game so far. Yeah, we are seeing them from the side of Team Beta. You're actually going to go on a
Saber in the jungle.
what was it?
Ooh,
Yeah, Anja, Vexana, remember Grok, and they're going on the Saber. And from the side of Team Charlie, they are looking on the Barats, they're looking on the Hali, the Rafela, the Messinta, and the Alice. Interesting diving drafts from both teams. Probably they just trying to try to attack and defend from the side of Team Charlie. They just want to try and keep it safe. And I think from the side of Team Beta, they are just trying to work on their main. So what do you say?
honestly, I'm not really sure about this draft yet, but last game has if last game has taught me anything, is that at least wait till mid game before you criticize any of this, because this Saber, I'm not really sure what the plan is. I think probably the plan is for pickups, just probably go onto the Rafaela or the Ali or whoever it is that you can just catch off guard and just delete that person off the face of the map. But it's in theory it sounds really really easy to pull off, but I don't know. I don't. It just doesn't really feel like. I don't know. But based on these two drafts, let's just see how they both plan on pulling off these picks. Let's see how they plan on.
You know, okay. Thanks Ross for the from the overlay. Team Charlie and Team Falcon. Yeah, I think we're actually mistaking it for Beta. Okay, yeah, Beta.
No,
Team
it's
Charlie
better.
versus
Yeah.
Team Beta. Yeah. I think Vafela is actually going to be an issue for them because we are seeing I think a Vafela is actually going to be an issue for them because we are seeing a Vafela and an Alice combo. We have seen what Vafela can do. We have seen her healing ability. We have seen her responding of her allies' ability. So I think they're actually going to use and I think that's where the Saber comes in, trying to shut her down from doing those things because, trying to close that gap between you and your opponents, trying to respond your allies back, to try and close that gold league gap. And I think we're actually getting an intense battle here between Esmeralda and the Barons. I think Esmeralda is actually going to, try and bully, try and get those, trying to limit Barons from getting those resources. But I trust Kirito on his learning abilities, actually trying to keep it simple. And I think on the gold lane there, we're actually getting a lot of I'm seeing a lot of gangs there, and I think Obito Canterbury is actually going to drop on the first blood, and I've seen Grok is actually getting the hit here, but Hal is actually going to escape. Rafael is actually going to escape from that. Very, very little low HP.
Hold on, this? I think is this an Alice mid?
Yeah. It's an Alice mid. Wow, I never thought of it.
Ooh. Okay.
Or H2O, yeah.
This Alice mid.
Yeah.
Yeah, this Alice mid just puts more of a question mark on Team Charlie's draft, but I think what they're trying to do is they're moving more towards late game. So early game they can probably afford to lose out one or two things in the early game. And we're seeing the turtle go to the hands of Team Beta.
Yeah, but at the same time, this Team Charlie doesn't have that straight damage, and I think Obito Canterbury is actually going to fall again to the hands of Super, to the hands of Super. And I think we're actually going to get an early invade here since H2 is actually going to get an early dive in here, and we see Rafaela is actually getting the hit, but she was able to escape away from that. Quite interesting. Now we're actually seeing an intense battle here, but Saber was actually able to get the kill on the Rafaela. Like I said earlier, you would want to shut her down, but we're actually seeing an early invade here, an early team fight here too. Missy Doaze actually wants to leave that battle. He's actually going to, they are low on HP, so he actually wants to get one or two kills there before he actually returns to his own lane. And I think we're actually getting a Misita gold lane. A Misita gold lane. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Minnesota Gold Lane is not really all that surprising. It's at least not as it's the least not as surprising as this Alice mid lane, but you can't really do that. You are not that tanky yet. You are not that. That is definitely an overextension that was punished on the side of the Alice. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. And I like how they were playing this. They lost the turtle ball. But Super was able to go to the gold lane and claim the Granger. I think two times very early in the game, which kind of like stunts Granger's growth a little bit. And we all know how dangerous Granger can get if he's able to farm early in the game. So I think it's a really good thing that they did to make sure that, first of all, Meseta outcomes Granger. Yeah.
Kirito is just, you know, I was actually confident on it, but okay, no. Kirito is actually the bad. H2O is just you. I don't actually know. Just making those honest dives. What I've been noticing so far is good gameplay from the side of Misinta. He's been actually able to shut down that Granger from getting those resources, and you can see it's actually on the TV death. It's actually his stats is already on TV deaths and worse. It's no kills. His gold is low, and if he doesn't hasten up properly, he's actually going to draw his teams back when he gets to the late game. And as you can actually see, Misita is actually going to get the kill, but he's not able to get the kill on that as Granja was able to, get his cut back from the gangs and everything that he had been going through. So yeah, and also the Rafael is actually going to drop, and Saber also drops to the hand of Ali. I don't know, but I'm just seeing, steady team fights here. They are just, they are just trying to get trying to fight around, not giving each other time to farm. Everybody's just trying to, try and fight or do one or two things.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Harley that got the toss. Harley got the toss. He was able to get the kill on Banshee. He was able to get the kill, another kill on Vexana to give him a double kill. And I think we're also getting a team fight here. His brother was actually able to from that. We're actually seeing the intense and immense damage from the side of Ganja, and I see why Mesenta was actually trying to shut him down. But I think this made the torrent is actually drop because Grok Minato can't do much. So yeah, interesting game so far. Interesting game so far. Like I said, all teams are just trying to pick up fights, trying to try to shot at one another without giving each other time to think, time to strategize, trying to gank. They just want to, once they see you, they just want to shut you down immediately because they know probably if they give you an intense threat. Wow.
Oh, oh, oh.
Yeah.
I didn't even think
Super,
I got
super.
every day happened there.
Yeah,
I
super,
love
super has actually done an interesting job from his end. Intense. I wouldn't say his ability his quick thinking was able to get his team to scale through
yeah.
that team fight.
And
Actually getting a kill or
yeah,
saber, getting the kill. I was actually able to shut down Van der Fleck. And I think there's a lag. There's a lag from my end. I think that was right. I think there's a lag from my end.
Super has
Am I
been
okay?
Super has been phenomenal on this early. He has been everywhere where you least expect him to be. He's there, claiming 1 kill, claiming 2 kills. He has been playing a very good game right from the very beginning. Because let's not forget that the very first 2 kills that were gotten on the Granger was from Super. He got 2 kills on the Granger in the early game, which gave Danny the upper hand he needed in lane, right? And that's a very good. He's just really, really good, right? He's where you least expected him to be. And just to take a few minutes to talk about, few seconds rather, to talk about H2O, right? In the early game, he was making some plays that were not really working out. That we were kind of like criticizing that you went too far there, you did this there. But in that last initiation, we can saw how well it worked out for them, and H2 was even able to work out of it. You know, how Fury gets used up. Oh,
So
yeah. That will be the
quickly,
first inhibitor turret that will be taken down, and there's still one more. I think this is an end angle for them. Yeah, GG, 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 GG.
yeah, just spam the recall for fun. It's a fun game, so you have to spam the recall, man. Interesting game, interesting game. GG's to Danny. So I'm upstanding. I'm upstanding for him right now. He deserves the MVP. Zero deaths in that chaos team fight. Wow,
Zero, zero.
phenomenal.
It was not smooth. Nah, nah. Sure, sure, sure. Definitely, definitely. But he also
Phenomenal.
didn't put himself in situations where he could get easily picked up. So I think that was one of the things that worked out really, really well for them.
Hold,
And like
hold on, and I think sorry, I think this is actually going to be the second choco we are getting tonight.
yeah,
We actually got the choco from good day. Yeah. No, it's a fun game. So
yeah,
okay,
it's
my
a
bad,
fun
my
game.
bad. I will,
And that's why we're seeing the mid Alice, right? Because obviously, I don't think you can opt for a mid Alice in a very serious. I don't think so. Regardless of what you're planning, I think there are better picks that you want to prioritize in that mid lane. But because it's a fun tournament, like they can basically just go for, this is a moment where they can kind of like experiment some of the picks they have in mind, and that's basically what we just saw here. They experimented with Alice Maid, with Mesika Goldlane, which is not that surprising, like I said, but it really worked out for them. That Alice did really well in the game. Mesika also making sure that the Granger was not able to really do anything in lane, and that's just it. Fun game so far. Fun game. Both game one and game two have been really, really fun so far. And I hope audience are also having fun as they're watching along. And let's not forget, once again, we cannot overemphasize this. This is a fun tournament. It's for everyone to have fun. Like I said earlier, I would actually want to see some pro picks in this game because I'm here for a good laugh. I'm here for a good time. So we're not let's not try too much to take things too
no,
seriously. Let's just have fun.
we actually saw one, which was the Missinta on the gold lane. I haven't personally. I don't recall actually seeing the Missinta on the gold lane, and he was able to perform splendid, and he was able to give his opponent, like I said, it's actually a fun game, but I definitely have to say it. Yeah, yeah, it was actually he was actually able to give Ganja a choco for that match when you are working the Ganja, because yeah, because of his ultimate, he wasn't able to dash around, and it was actually a very very key part to their victory. Um,
Yeah,
Super, Gigi Sudani, Gigi Irito too, and Gigi too. H2O and the Rafaela too. The Rafaela was splendid, and like I said earlier, the Rafaela was actually going to be a very very big trouble to the side of team better, and we actually saw that once the enemy dies, once an ally dies, they actually get to respond back easily to cut that to not be able to give their team the opponents that good lead. And splendid job from them. The rotation was splendid. The team fight initiation was splendid. Their micro sense, the micro sense from Super, which is the Harley, was very 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 high. Like the standard was just phenomenal. Trying to get dive in and dive out from those team fights, trying to get to the back line, securing a single, securing a double kill, a triple kill, trying to shut down, able to shut down the Vexana due to the intensity in that battlefield. We're able to single out Vexana, shut her down, shut Gadget down too. Trying to just shut down those two main damage dealers. It was actually phenomenal for me, right? And some
yeah.
big thumbs up to him.
Yeah, and I think one, should I call it, underrated player in that second game was actually the Vexana, because there were moments where the Eternal Guard came in just at the right time and was able to like knock up two, three people, but they didn't have enough damage on their side. I think the Vexana was the only one really doing damage plus the Saber, but the Saber is a one-off pick. Once you pick one person, you are useless until you have your ultimate back again, something like that. So, and we've just seen why I don't really like the Saber coming in, because in theory you would think that okay, the Saber is just there to pick off picks like the Rafaela, also get the Ali in times you can too. But we saw that I think there was even a time where it was just Ali and Saber, and he just couldn't do anything to get the Saber down. And there was only one time that I remember, I don't know if it happened other times, but there was only one time that the Saber was actually able to go on the Rafaela and take her down throughout the game. There was only one time I can recall at the moment. So you know what? If you've been probably been thinking that okay, maybe Saber is a good choice against these heroes, I think you've seen now that it is easy to say okay, this is how it should be, but it is very very difficult to execute, as we've just seen here today. But once again, GG to both teams. They played well, and we had fun. We had fun watching that. Really, we had fun watching, especially the part where four people went down from the side of Team Beta, and it was difficult to catch up. It was difficult to catch everything, honestly, but it was a really good initiation, good damage dealt, good retreat, and so many things that can be said there. So really, really good, really, really good. We're waiting for one more person for the side of Team Delta.
Yeah, yeah. So while we wait for that, okay, and I think the players here. So
Yeah.
like we're just trying to repeat this, and we are trying to sound it out to the viewers on the stream and also the players that are playing the game. It's actually a fun game for everybody. Yeah, I know most people know me, G vibes. They know the way I behave most of the times when I see somebody getting choked. But I think this time I'm actually going to keep my cool. Yeah, I'm actually going to keep my cool because it's a fun game. We're just trying to have fun, trying to raise ourselves, trying to beat, just trying to match up each other's skills. So yeah, trust the game so far, and I think we haven't actually seen Ninja. I don't think we have actually seen Ninja play. What? Have you Yorichi? I don't think we haven't seen him play. I think they they were disqualified or something like that. Yeah, So yeah, we're on to the ban phase. Yeah. I think Charlie is actually going to be here for a while, for just some few minutes. So yeah, I'm actually going to be here. So yeah, we're on to the ban phase. So we are seeing players' names. We are seeing Shivo again. We are seeing Stargazer. We are seeing Kian. We are seeing Lord Kama in the building. Probably we're actually going to see something interesting from him from inside. We're actually getting a bandang ban as the first ban. I don't know what these guys are. Guys, I think probably, like I said, trying to keep it simple, trying to ban out obstructions, or probably a player from the other side that you know, once they pick these certain characters, they will just overwhelm you. So you try to shut them down to try to limit their hero pool on the possible heroes they can use. So yeah, I won't doubt the Badank ban. Yes, I won't call it out. But let's see how the game goes, and we're actually going to get the Beledrick ban from the side of what was it? I think we're actually going to get a also an Esmeralda ban. We're actually going to get another ban from the Esmeralda. We're actually seeing Esmeralda 2 times now, and I think this is the first game tonight which she was actually banned. We have seen them gotten picked 2 times, and we could see what she could actually in that same fight. And we're actually getting a Melissa and also an Atlas ban. And I think they're trying to keep it, trying to keep the list meta from this point, banning out Kaja, banning out people quite underestimate the Kaja. But I don't know. For me, he's actually
Yeah, this
that we are. You said
yeah, this is what I wanted to. I wanted to see picks that you won't necessarily be able to see them in ranked games, but you can only meet them in classic games because classic you can basically meet any rowing game. So, and I'm loving this pick so far. I'm loving the Sicilian pick. I'm loving the potential CC pick. Selena, we know Selena is one of those meta mages out there now. The vision she gives and the amount of utility she brings to your team composition is really really good. Especially the vision. Vision is one of the things you want to have now in game, and Selena does really well at that.
but at the same time, you picking the Selena, yeah. I was actually going to say this, but you picking the Selena, you definitely have to get a good composition that follows up that
Yeah, with those
Abyssal arrow
Abyssal
when
arrows.
she
Yeah,
throws when it blinks. Yeah, so you definitely have to get a good follow up, and I think Evitel is actually going to do quite well on that. But at the same time, they don't have to go all squishes. They have to go probably for an efficient tank, somebody that can tank those damage. Because as you can see from this side, from the opponent side, they have the Pokito, and they're actually going to get a lot of knockups most of the time if they don't guide themselves. And I think picking on the Sicilian pick is actually quite unique. We know what Sicilian can do versus, so I won't overemphasize on that. But on the Sicilian going against the Sitian is actually quite interesting to watch. And we're actually seeing the Marcel ban also. We are seeing Marcel ban from the 10th time, right? Yeah, 10th time in a row.
yeah,
Like, yeah, it's actually a nightmare. I won't lie to you. It's actually a nightmare sometimes because it's just annoying
yeah.
to play against.
In this
Yeah, also,
tournament so far,
yeah,
Marcel, Irara, Kaja, Beleric, Melissa
Melissa,
have an
yeah.
100% ban rate in this tourney so far. And Team Delta, if I'm correct, just banned all 5 of them, single handedly banned all 5 of these heroes. That's insane. I don't know. Should I say they're. I don't know. I don't. But they just picked almost all the meta picks and said, yeah, we are taking these guys out.
Yeah. Interesting pick for the Nolan. Interesting Nolan pick. I'm actually quite interested on probably Kama. I won't say much. I've seen most of his gameplays. I know, trust me, I know what this guy can do. He's just on. I won't say on another level, but I will put him. I will put him for me. I'll put him there because of there was a time. There was a time that when you hear the name Kama, just have that game. This guy is just too good. So probably we're going to see some of those gameplay tonight. It's actually a fun game, but you know, you never can tell what the results could be, like you always say. So
Yeah.
even from the mid game, the previous game, the last match we just watched, we could see the turnaround that was just there. The Harley just was just able to turn everything around, even though they were being fed. Our teammates, some of our teammates were just trying to struggle, but he was able to turn them around. Now we are getting a Cho. We are getting a Cho. Oh, is he actually
Potential throw. They've not locked it in actually. It's still a
Yes.
potential pick.
Yeah,
So come
potential.
on, lock in that throw.
Yeah, he's good. He's good on the show. Like I said earlier, he's phenomenal when he plays. When I see him play, he's actually somebody that I think most guys have admired.
There we go.
So we're getting a Sicilian, Evitel, Selena. Which is it? Which probably I didn't pay
Studio
attention.
and what was that? What was that second to the last pick? Yeah, Edith. Yeah. So, and on the side of Team Delta, we have the Paquito, we have the Zetian, we have Brody, we have Nolan, and then we have so very good picks.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie from both teams.
Yeah, I saw
But
again. You said?
what? I think they changed the. I thought that was an Edith pick, but it's a Terizla.
It's a Tevisla. Wow. Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. The
Yeah, I guess
Tevisla
we were
for
not paying attention.
the Tevisla for, like I said earlier, you are picking up a Selena, so you definitely have to get a good follow up, and that is what's interesting. Their lineup is just interesting. You have the Ivita which can attack from the flanks. You have the Tevisla who can dive in anytime is unexpected. You don't know when it's actually going to dive in,
Yeah,
but at the same
and
time, they have a good follow up from the side
yeah,
of is it team Charlie? Sorry, probably when the game starts, I'm actually lost at this point. So you were saying something.
it's Team Alpha and Team Delta, if I'm correct.
Okay. So we're on to the land of dawn, guys. I think this is second to the last game. Yeah, this is the second to the last game. This is not the final. I think anybody here who wins will actually have to face Team Charlie, right? Yeah, Team Charlie. Yes, I think anybody that wins here will actually have to face Team Charlie. Oh, we all think good man.
You were saying
Yeah, probably would be at least it will give everybody time. It will give everybody time. It's actually fun. So yeah, we actually get an early blow from Evitel. Like I said earlier, we don't wow, and we're actually getting another kill. We're actually getting another kill from side of Kama. You, like I said earlier, don't underestimate this man. His gameplay is just off the book. His gameplay is just off the book. You can't trust me when I say you can't predict him. And we are getting an Abisa here from the side of Selena, but she won't be able to get on that diving because of the distance. So yeah, Char is actually going to get the kill on this Selena. Like I said earlier, do not underestimate man. He's just, you can't predict what he can do. I don't know. I'm just short of words on the words to use. When he played, yeah, he's just beating them. He's just flexing them at this point. Because
but you know what?
me.
I want to
I'm
take us
saying,
back just a little bit to the first game. This was you know what? I'm glad I did not finish that statement. I was about to say this was what we wanted to see from the body in the first game, but I'm so glad I didn't finish that statement because they just ganked my guy off the map. Really? Yeah. Definitely. That one is certain, yeah.
So I think it's actually going to be a free to the side of Team Delta. Free to the side of Team Delta. We are an ult here from the side of Cecilion, and we're going to get an early diving, and Selena is actually going to drop, and Cecilion is actually going to drop, and Suyu is actually going to drop that. It's a 3 for non-trade. Damn. Interesting gameplay. I thought Kama was actually going to drop. He was able to, maneuver that situation. Like I said, do not underestimate it, man.
Yeah, I definitely thought, okay, this was it for Karma, but he was able to go in with the way of the dragon, and its teammates too were on point. They were able to quickly come in, support, and just clear people off the map, giving him the much needed room he needs to escape. And we're seeing another way of the dragon onto oh no, he gets taken out this time. But that was really close. I thought the Sicilian was done for good, but can't really tell what happened there. I think it was the turret that got him down in at the end of the day, but he was still able to go down this time. They were able to get that kill onto the Cho, which has undisturbedly been the one disturbing that mid trio for is it mid trio now? No, I don't think it's a mid trio yet, but that mid duo has been a pain in their ass throughout this game, and they're going to get a kill onto the Aether once again. I think that's the second one for this match. Way of the Dragon is not quite used up yet, and he goes out from there. Is he going to commit all three of the Phoenix they used up? Not no. Abyssal Arrow lands onto the Nolan. I don't think they're going to be able to take that as they retreat.
I don't think it's actually going to be a retreat for here, as Brody is actually going to drop to the hands of Thessalion.
It stayed too long. Yeah. I think he was trying to cut the waves and then go back, but that was too long. There was no one there to help him. He should have just retreated with his teammate.
You don't cut the wave. You when you don't have the vision, when you don't have your team to give you vision, or probably when you don't have support.
Yeah. You definitely stayed too long there.
Yeah, it's just coming to my recognition that Mr. Milo himself is the one walking the Cecilion. So we're actually getting the two gameplay from two guys. It's not Milo. Wow, probably I thought it was. Okay, I thought it was. So we're actually getting also Ivite is actually going to drop. Yeah, and I think she's actually having a bad form from the good lane. Brody is actually giving her the hits. Brody is on a 3-2-1 kills, and Ivite has actually been able to secure a kill, and her sprint the cooldown is actually going to drop on soon. But so far so good. Yeah, Team Delta are on a 4K gold lead, and Selena is actually going to drop again. It's actually they are just like I said.
Yeah, I think Team. Hold on.
Yeah, and we're getting a black kill here on the Sicilian. Yeah, wrong diving from Tevisla. Wrong diving from Tevisla, and was able to get punished there. At this point, yeah. I don't even know where to begin with, because it's just a back and forth battle. You see somebody trying to get out of a team fight, and you just see him diving right again, and you won't know what will happen next. And we could see that Suyu is actually going to drop again. As I was saying, it's a back and forth team fight. Somebody probably you're not supposed to engage there, and you just trying to engage it. You're trying to do a 2v1, and we see if it's a drop again to the hands of Nolan. Super is just doing two super. Super is just doing two super on this Nolan, and we are actually going to get another torrent from Brody. And I think Team Alpha are actually not getting good at all, Ken. They are not getting it good at all.
Yeah, but I think they still have a card they can rely on, because we're seeing the Sicilian is doing quite a lot of damage to Team Delta at this point, and it's only going to get more dangerous from here. So if they can probably play for the Sicilian at this point in time, that Raythel is should I say is a lost cause at this point. 5 deaths at this point of the time, so you can't really rely on the Raythel anymore, because it's going to take quite a while before she gets the power spike she needs. But the Sicilian is doing really well, right? He's dealing damage to. I think if they just peel for him, kind of keep him safe while he does his thing, I think they might still have a slight window of turning this game around.
We could see the immense damage from the side of Nolan when he got that slow diving on the side of CEO. Like I said earlier, it's actually going to be a tough game. I think it's probably like
Yeah. And I think as long as this show is still on the map, as long as Karma is still on the map, with the freedom to move around, it's going to be really, really difficult for Team Alpha to execute whatever they have in mind because the show is there, always giving them problems. Always. And the thing is that he has always been going on the right target, right? I don't think I've seen him use the way of the dragon on like the Charizard or something. It's always either I get the Sicilian, either I get the Selena, either I get the Urethel, and those are the perfect picks you want to go on to.
and yeah, we get an early kill. Probably not an early kill, but we get a 3-for-1 trade. Karma drops, but Team Alpha lost 2 members, and we're actually going to get another kill from Zetian and Terizla drops. I was actually going to say something, but when you get a dive in from the Terizla, probably like I said earlier, they have a good composition, the follow-ups, but they don't get that guarding, that probably that safe instinct to get it to dive in on those when that episode have a place, because when you dive in the Selena, you leave yourself open, and even if Terizla follows up, you leave yourself open because they have Nolan, they have body twist there is actually going to just hold you on to there, and the show Mr. Kama himself is actually going to disturb, because when you dive in, you just leave Cecilian open, and I think Cecilian is actually going to have a little bit of difficult if he's actually able to skate through. He just to them, but I don't see at this point it's actually a loss, because you could see from the goal list it's more than 10k gold lead, brother. It's just too much.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be difficult for the Sicilian at this point to be able to do anything because even the people who are supposed to be like the frontliners peeling for him are really, really squishy at this point, and I just don't see him being able to do anything alone by himself because these guys have a lot of divers that can just go get him at whatever cost and then make sure he's off the map, and the teammates won't be really able to do anything about it as we've seen so far. So I don't know. I don't think it's too early to call it, but let's just see.
It's already too early, because you could see from the goal lead, and I think it's actually where they actually trying to defend this Lord. Probably the Lord will be easy to defend, but we get the Lord has gone down, but we're actually going to get an early diving from the side of Nolan, and Tevisla drops to the hands of Pokito. The team Delta are just trying to keep it cool, trying to drop those heavy torrents, but I think the bottom inhibitor is actually going to get secured, but the top inhibitor gets destroyed, and I think that Abyssal our clicks, but Cecilian is actually going to drop before they get that thing. Wow,
That was just one combo, and the Sicilian was poof, he just disappeared off the face of the map. And that's what we're saying. They have a lot of damage to work with the Brody, a well-fed Brody, by the way, that is standing on 6 kills. We have the Zetian too with every single one on their team is well fed. All of them have enough damage to take down whatever they want to take down on the map at this point. There is nobody they want to take down that they won't be able to get. And that's the problem. If there will ever be a window for you to take back the game, you want at least 1 or 2 people on the map that it doesn't matter how hard they try, it's going to be really, really difficult for them to get those 2 people. At least you can now bank on those 2 people to somehow turn the game around. But at this point, anyone they want, they can get. The Sicilian, the Terizla, whoever it is that they want on this map, they can get him without even having to trade anyone for it, without having to throw bodies to make sure they secure that person. It's just an easy take. At this one, I think it is really, really cooked for Team Alpha. It's cooked for them, honestly.
Yeah, so you actually get a lag there, but I think it's actually going to get dropped. But probably he was trying to get his red buff, but you don't throw too much when you know your territory.
Yeah, definitely.
He's
Definitely.
just there, he's just there to flex the skins probably. So let's just give him. But I
You
think
know,
we're actually going to see a lot of chocos tonight, because we are seeing at Terizla on a 050. Yeah, Suyo is actually going to drop again. You just got killed. You came back and you just got killed again. I think Bo just enjoy sleeping in base at this point. They should just give him mattress there and should just lie down. And I think
Oh,
we're actually going to
this
get
is
yeah, I think we're actually going to get the
you know,
arbiter
this
flicks
is
on Nolan, but Digital is actually going to drop to the hands of Brody, and I think the Lord is actually on his way. But will the team Alpha be able to defend this Lord? I don't think so. Cecilion, he's just trying to get that get the enemies to recall, but he's not. He won't be able to get that. And Brody was able to get the diving, but you dropped again. And yeah, the Lord is already on field. Will they be able to defend this Lord? I don't think so. And I think Nola is actually going to, try to see if we could get one or two kills. But it's actually GG's already from the side of Team Beta. And I think it's, like I said, GG's. GG's of Team
uh,
Alpha. I think we're actually going to get a lot of chocos, like I said. It's a fun game, but I don't trust me. I know I said I was going to keep it clean, but I don't play with my chocos. So GG's guys,
now
GG's team alpha.
now
GG's team
now
alpha.
yeah,
Uh,
I just wanted to say that we just watched a Brody dive on. I think it were three people or four people, and they could not do anything about it. He was still able to walk away like nothing happened. That is insane. That is insane. And yeah, this is a fun tournament, but one thing I'm certain of was that Team Delta definitely didn't have fun in this one. They definitely didn't have fun in this
yeah.
game, man. GG's to both teams. Yeah.
So good night. Okay. So good night, guys.